We spend our lives avoiding failure, assuming a lack of talent or bad luck will be our undoing. But the most effective threat to your future is entirely painless. The comfort zone operates as a mental loop of familiarity and predictability. In this state, everything feels manageable and safe, but this very ease causes ambitions to slowly erode. Modern life often creates a strange paradox. You might consume hours of motivational content and visualize grand achievements, yet you find yourself choosing the path of least resistance the moment it's time to actually work. This trap is dangerous because it avoids catastrophic events. Instead, it destroys potential through a quiet accumulation of daily excuses and minor delays. Choosing comfort offers an immediate feeling of security, but it functions as a trade, one that guarantees you will face the same regrets years down the line. This tendency to retreat is a result of evolutionary biology. Your brain prioritizes survival over success, meaning it is optimized for a world that no longer exists. For thousands of years, the brain followed a simple directive: conserve physical energy and seek out quick dopamine hits to confirm safety and reward. To see why the brain avoids effort, we can look at the relationship between energy cost and dopamine yield. The brain constantly weighs these two factors when deciding which action to take. Digital entertainment and instant food delivery provide massive dopamine spikes with zero energy expenditure. These activities dominate the low-energy, high-reward quadrant, making them the brain's default choice. Pursuits like learning a skill or building a business require high energy and offer no immediate dopamine. In a direct competition between these two quadrants, the biological preference for the easy path wins almost every time. Relying on these easy rewards creates a cycle of weak habits. Just as muscles atrophy without weight, the brain loses its capacity for resilience when it never encounters friction. When our ancient survival programming meets modern convenience, it creates a biological feedback loop that actively prevents us from reaching our long-term potential. Consider two people starting with the same intelligence, the same resources, and the same 24 hours in a day. One chooses to satisfy the brain's craving for daily comfort, while the other introduces intentional daily friction into their life. Mapping these two trajectories over 5 years reveals how small daily choices begin to diverge. The individual who avoids difficulty and relies on quick dopamine rewards sees no change. Their trajectory remains flat, leaving them with the same set of problems and limitations year after year. The second person chooses small, uncomfortable actions, like 1 extra hour of study or a difficult workout. These choices compound, eventually creating a significant gap in capability and achievement between the two individuals. From the outside, that gap is often labeled as luck, but it is actually the visible evidence of 5 years of different daily inputs. Your future is the cumulative result of how your habits compound over time. The outcome is predictable, based on what you choose today. To reverse this stagnation, you have to ignore the impulse to wait until you feel like doing the work. Motivation is treated as a prerequisite for action, but that's rarely how the brain functions. In reality, taking action is what generates motivation. Once you begin a difficult task, the brain adjusts and the resistance starts to fade. Injecting micro-discomfort into your daily routine helps build a tolerance for friction. Acts like taking a cold shower or starting difficult tasks immediately train the brain for higher effort. Re-evaluating failure is also necessary. Fear of failing often keeps people anchored in place, but failure provides the specific data points required for adaptation. Without that critical feedback, growth is impossible. Environmental design is just as critical. The brain naturally mirrors the habits of those around it. If your environment prioritizes ease, you will find it nearly impossible to maintain discipline. Overriding your default survival settings isn't a matter of inspiration. It requires a systematic approach to introducing friction into your environment until discipline becomes the new baseline. When faced with the choice between ease and effort, consider the perspective of your future self. You can choose the temporary discomfort of discipline now, or face the permanent discomfort of staying exactly where you are. Years from now, you will look back on today. You'll either feel the pride of pushing forward or the weight of staying hidden. Every day spent within the safety of the comfort zone is a day spent eroding the person you are capable of becoming.